Menopause to me means hot flashes, mood swings, emotional drained, feeling unloved, mental blocked, forgetfulness, sometimes struggle to communicate. I'm even afraid of my temper, how I interact with people. How am I going to communicate? Am I lose my temper? Or during meetings or even talking with friends and families, I tend to forget what I'm going to say. I know exactly it's in my head, but that brain fog kicks in and you completely lose your confidence.
Means challenge and struggles. At night, you have night sweats, and then during the day, hot flushes. Even the hot flushes comes in and go at whatever time. It doesn't give you any sense of alert. It just comes like, oh my gosh, I'm so hot right now, and I'm sweating bucket loads. And the sex drive is very low because it's so dry down there that you don't even want to go there because it's so painful that your sex drive turns to zero because you don't want to encounter that pain.
I felt out of control, huge urges and waves of anxiety, brain fog, night sweats, not feeling understood, going to my GP and being told that it was my mental health, several times not being listened to. Gone into menopause through having a hysterectomy last year, so the GP would feel that I was quite young to be going into the menopause. I've still not been offered HRT even though I have had a hysterectomy. So what I've tried to do is to do lots of self-care. Have routine is really important, and to exercise, whether that's walking or for me it's high impact exercise, trying to do exercise every day and eating the right foods is really beneficial to living through the menopause, and that's really helped me get through, like the self-care and being able to manage the menopause myself.
Menopause has been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a roller coaster. Sometimes I haven't known what's going on because when it kicked in, I thought it was something to do with the hysterectomy I'd had. But it wasn't, and it took a while to find out, oh, it was a menopause, because people weren't speaking about it as openly as it is nowadays. I didn't know who to go and talk to, and there wasn't any leaflets in my doctor's surgery at the time I was going through my menopause, so yeah. But it's meant freedom for me. It's meant freedom, and it has freedom from the cramps every month, and the pain and the bloating, and freedom to try new things.
The big deal is it's a new chapter in my life, and I don't know what's going on in my body, my mind, and my emotions is all jumbled up, and nobody's telling me anything about it.
It is so demoralizing to hear that from men, because it makes you feel undervalued and so dismissive as a woman.
When I heard that from the GP, I was taken aback. I was a little bit frustrated because I felt he wasn't actually listening to me. And at that time, there wasn't any leaflets in the surgery about menopause. And his attitude was more or less, well, women have been going through this for centuries, so what's the big deal that you are having menopause? But the big deal is if you don't tell women what to expect, how do they know how to take care of themselves?
I don't have the same body as my mum. I lived through endometriosis for 20 years and had a hysterectomy, and my daughter won't have the same body as me. So that response from a GP for me is quite ignorant.
No, that's not the first thing a woman going through menopause will expect from a doctor to say. You can think about other things, propose maybe further examination. It could be blood test to find out if that person is going, especially when you're a woman of certain age, if that person is going through menopause before you suggest antidepressant.
I would like for the health providers to listen attentively and not just dismissing my sorrow concerning menopause that I'm going through, because it seems like I'm super misunderstood and not really being signposted accordingly.
We need to have people around us that are understanding and can sit with us and basically reassure us that we're not going crazy. And if you're going through it by yourself, it's really tough.
I think it's so uplifting hearing someone asking you those questions. So be curious, and that shows that you care.
Body's going through so many changes, and while we're going through that change, we need support.
There's nothing wrong with us, we're just going through menopause. You know, it's part and parcel of growing up as a woman.
Getting to know myself at this point in my life.